Welcome. I'm Robert Zwerling, co-founder of the Finance Analytics Institute, and this is a presentation on using AI-enabled predictive analytics for unbiased forecasting and decision making. This is an excerpt from the FinNext virtual webcast series put on by the Association for Financial Professionals on April 28, 2020, and it was presented by Lawrence Maisel and Kent Bearden. So, brief introduction on DecisionVu and the Finance Analytics Institute. DecisionVu is a specialized management consultancy company, and the Finance Analytics Institute promotes the implementation of analytics for data-driven decisions. And they're recognized thought leaders. Larry Maisel is well known for his book, Predictive Business Analytics, and the co-founders of the Finance Analytics Institute wrote their book, Implementing an Analytics Culture for Data-Driven Decisions, which is the syllabus for the Analytics Academy, held twice a year, produced by the JPK Group, and over 2 days, 3 tracks, 19 courses, and 21 hours, it teaches companies how to develop a culture of data-driven decisions with analytics. Next slide, please. So a little bit of humor to start. We have our jungle animals surrounding the table saying, I believe it's time we stop relying so heavily on instinct. In the best of times, we should stop relying on instinct. And in the worst of times, during this season of COVID-19, gut feel and high-level spreadsheets simply will not do anymore. We have to move to data-driven decisions with predictive analytics. And the importance of it is the convergence of 3 things. First, we have tremendous amounts of data now available and accessible to us that we haven't had before. Second, we need and have cost-effective AI-enabled analytic tools. And third, competitive requirements. We have to make better decisions, faster decisions, and we have to get out of that gut feel, and we have to be able to not only know what we've done, but predict where we're going. So we're going to be doing a use case using restaurant analytics. And let me introduce our speaker. It's Mr. Ken Bearden, who's Director of Outlets at the Paseo Hotel and Spa. At Paseo, which is part of the Pacific Hospitality Group, he's responsible for managing operations, including analytics, compliance, public relations, financial planning, and forecasting. He's a 19-year industry veteran in the food and beverage industry. He's been with Breakthrough Beverage, Carmine's of New York, Danny Meyer's Blue Smoke, and the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, where Mr. Kent and I first met, where he was the director of beverage for the restaurant chains in there. He has a bachelor from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and a master from University of Tennessee. He's been a judge at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition. He's been a host of the 2020 National Cocktail Competition and a speaker at Cheers Beverage Conference. He's on the board of directors for the Charlie Hoffman Foundation and board of advisors for Aurora Predictions. And without further ado, I will turn it over to Mr. Kent. It is all yours.
Mr. Z, thank you so much. What we're going to take a look at today is the application of AI-enabled analytics, a case study that we did across a $600 million restaurant chain. Our pilot was introduced with goals to optimize store staffing, which we were successful in, reduce store staffing, which we were also successful in, and increase the forecast accuracy of liquor demand, again successful, and subsequently to find insights not being looked for. And that also came to our realization. Optimize store staffing, balance customer service versus labor costs, What does that mean? It means that in the hospitality industry, we have to anticipate our business. So each restaurant must anticipate its customer volume in order to plan for staffing. If we guess too high, service is great, but profits suffer. If we guess too low, service suffers, higher profits, but lower revenue. It's getting your tail kicked. If we guess right, we optimize that customer service, we optimize that revenue, and we optimize our profits. But how to know what's right in advance? These schedules are made a week ahead of your actual business week. So how do we know what to predict? Detailed sales efficiency. Taking a look at this by meal period. So in our goal to optimize store staffing, which we met, we wanted to calculate the store sales per head count. So covers, number of people through the door. As we took a look at this, we looked at same meal period, lunch, across 2 days, Thursday and Friday. The gut tells you that Friday is going to be the busiest lunch period day. You're headed into the weekend. More people are likely to come, not only spend lunch with you, but linger at lunch. As we took the data and looked at it, we found that there was a wrong gut feeling. So as you can see from the chart here, the blue line represents our KPI. The black line is Thursday at our Pacific Palisades store. As you can see, our sales per cover is higher on Thursday, which indicates to us that we might be understaffed. Whereas if you take a look at Friday, our sales per head count is lower, below the KPI. So what we realized was that we had an excess of staffing on Friday and an understaffing on Thursday. We make that adjustment, we optimize our staffing, we end up making more money with overall higher customer satisfaction by putting more assets of labor into Thursday as opposed to Friday. This is our Pacific Palisades store. There's our Thursday sales per head count at lunch, Friday sales per head count at lunch, and that shows us the inefficiency. Reduce store staffing with analytics. So with the mandated increases that are coming, that are all being voted in for minimum wage, which we have no control over, it produces a tremendous amount of pressure on individual store profits. Our hospitality software is cumbersome. It requires hours of management time. We have to extract the data. We have to compile the data. It doesn't deliver it to us in a fashion that allows us to utilize that to make decisions. It'll give us raw data, but then we have to manufacture that into something else, something that tells us what to do. But if we had an AI-enabled analytics tool that takes the same data from our point of sale system, it could deliver predictive analytics, automated reporting, forecasts, which lead into the staff optimization that will yield insight. With this insight, what we find in the hospitality industry is it allows us to reduce our headcount by 1 assistant manager per store. Why? Because in the hospitality industry, when you're met with challenges, you throw labor at it. So we have somebody in the back compiling all this data, trying to figure out what to do. That person can't be on the floor, so we need another headcount to have someone on the floor. If this is at our fingertips through AI-enabled data, then we have the opportunity to reduce an entire headcount in regards to an assistant manager for every store that we have. Liquor demand. In the hospitality industry, liquor is your top profit item. In a standard restaurant, you're looking at alcohol sales being roughly between 30 and 50% of your total revenue. So if we have the ability to be accurate in our forecast of demand, it gives us the immediate ability to increase store profits. So, case scenario. A tequila vendor comes in, offers a 20% discount on a 5-case buy, equivalent of 60 bottles. If the store takes delivery this week, Is it a good deal? Well, it depends on demand. The gut may tell you that that particular brand of tequila, oh, we fly through it. Absolutely, it's a good deal. But if I guess my demand is too high, then I take my cash flow and tie it up in excess inventory. Also, if I guess too low, then I don't get the discount, and that discount would have added to my profits. Store managers guess demand based on their feelings of this week's sales. Feelings are not the way you want to drive your business. That's the gut. So AI allows us to replace feelings. Our increased forecast accuracy of liquor, we met that goal. Here's a perfect example. As you can see from the screenshot, we have the ability to drill down. The drill path is the most important thing. On the right-hand side, you can see that we go from the region to the state to the store to the product. It allows us the ability to drill down to get really detailed information. If we blow this up and take a look, the particular product in question, we can see that the year-to-date trend year over year is down 13%. We can also see that the sales are down the past 3 months. More importantly, AI tells us that the predicted future of the trend has a down arrow. This is new predictive data, and it advances our decision making. The AI forecast of unit sales for the next 3 months confirms the previous downward trend. Therefore, it's not a good idea to take the 20% discount on the 5 additional cases, regardless of what gut tells you. This is unbiased. This is data telling you what is going on. The same analysis, predictions, and forecasts can be done on each product at the store level. Each product, regionally based, it allows us to make specific decisions based off of store location. We can find those products that have an increased AI forecast and predicted up arrow in order to go back to the distributor and supplier and negotiate volume discounts. Therefore, better demand predictions, it leads to better negotiated prices for these products that deliver the most store revenue and profits. Finding insights not being looked for. As we consume this data, as we take a look at it through the use of AI, we have the ability to find things that we never were looking for. Case in point, the drill path allows us again to go down to the store level, and then our correlation allows us to take a look at a specific aspect of that store level. In this case, it's covers for dinner. We can see that we have a high correlation of sales at the Pacific Palisades store, which means more covers, more sales. Very good. We like that. More people through the door equals more revenue. That's a good correlation. But what about the ones that we're not looking for? Again, taking apples to apples, we take a look at correlations of covers to a different meal period, late night. So as we blow this up, we see that there's no correlation with sales. At the same store, Pacific Palisades store, means covers are disconnected from sales. People through the door are not conversely meaning more revenue. So what did we discover? Once we discovered that the disconnect at the store was known, we can train the waiters on proper data entry, how to increase customer purchases through menu additions and suggestion. Therefore, we correlate the training drives up efficiency and drives up revenue. So what was our current environment? Our current environment was what we had: Oracle, Micros, point of sale, enterprise data reporting software, and Excel. Those were the tools that we had available to us. We could get extremely basic analysis, probably more just data from the point of sale, but no predictions, no AI, no current trends, no predicted future trends. The tools were labor intensive. We had to use both. So we would pull the data from the point of sale. We'd then have to pump that into an Excel spreadsheet. We'd have to write our formulas for the Excel spreadsheet. We'd have to figure out what we were looking for. That's part of the reason that we needed more headcount in the store. We've got someone tied up in the back just simply trying to analyze our business. So in our case, we used Aurora Lights, AI analytics tool, intuitive, built-in automated reports, charts, analytics, forecasting, gives us deeper insights at the tips of our fingers. And we did this all without a major investment and no need of IT, no need of data scientists, no extended expense on an individual to the company. So what is our ROI per store? Well, for our implementation, we experienced $10,750 worth of expense. But what did it allow us to do? Well, we mentioned already that we saved that assistant restaurant manager with benefits. It's a savings of $63,000 annually. By being able to track, monitor, and predict our food costs, our sales, our menu demand, we're able to reduce our food costs by approximately 5%. That's $28,000 annually in savings. We mentioned the beverage. Beverage, again, from better forecasts, better demand, we're able to reduce that by 5%, a savings of $20,000. That savings of 5% cost of goods translates into an additional profit to the bottom line of $15,000, and that's only with our top 3 SKUs. So in the first year, what is our annual benefit from instituting AI analytics? It's a plus $115,000 on a $10,000 investment. So that was 3 SKUs, that was food costs. So what else was explored that would have high impact? Well, we take a look at new revenue streams, delivery. We see many companies these days, third-party deliveries, valuations of these companies are at $4.5 billion each. Are we exercising that? In this particular case study, we were not. So delivery could produce a new revenue stream. Marketing and promotions. Am I building plans to draw business during the right times? Strategic expansion. Now that I have the ability of the drill path and I can go into region, state, store, and I can compare these stores side by side, it might tell me where is the next logical place to expand my business. Menu configuration. As we take a look at our food sales, at our beverage sales, and we see what is the leaders and what are the losers, it influences how I build my menu, how I simplify my menu, make it more streamlined, which reduces my initial cost of purchasing product. Operating hours. We talked about late night versus dinner. Is it worth me staying open late night? What days? What season? Seasonality. And overtime reduction. With the staffing efficiencies and optimization that we took a look at, if I am confident that I'm putting the right number of people on the floor for the right meal period, it reduces my risk to overtime due to unforeseen circumstances. So here's a summary of what we learned. The detailed calculated trend of efficiency at each store to optimize staffing is monumental. In the hospitality industry, staffing is one of your biggest unknown expenses. Trend duration. So if I've got something going good or going bad, how long is it expected to go good? AI gives me that unbiased, non-gut feeling and data in order to make those decisions. to maximize revenue and profit. Increased and automated intelligence, which allows me to reduce headcount at each store. So if I am able to build a schedule, build a plan that fits when the business is going to arrive, it allows me to do so in a more efficient manner. Data entry issue with key efficiency measurement. So this is the late night scenario. I'm not correlated. So this allows me to very clearly see those areas so that I can address them through training, through coaching, through getting the good data into the system so that I'm fully correlated. Thank you.